Today's idea of the day is about restrictions and why a restriction is not a bad thing. In fact, it's a wonderful thing for creativity, because when you are trying to be creative, some people think, well, you gotta have the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. Well, you try to get 100 guys into a room, and gals, and you put these people in a room and you tell them they have to come up with an idea in the next hour. Well, that's a restriction by saying you need to do it in an hour. And by doing that, you actually accelerate the motion. But even more so than setting a time restriction, let's say you want to come up with a really great product. You're the R&D department of some big conglomerate. And you tell somebody, not only do I need you to come up with a great thing by Friday, you put a second restriction in. You say that idea has to be for the kitchen. Now, the creative juices not only are focused on a wonderful idea, they're focusing on something for the kitchen. Now, those ideas are going to be laser focused and concrete. I got news for you. Take it one step further and say, not only am I restricting you to come up with a great idea by next Friday for the kitchen, you go out and you specifically say it has to be made of stainless steel, and it has to be something that you could use to slice watermelons or whatever it may be. Now you have got a team of people who aren't just reaching for the stars to come up with something, but by setting a restriction, saying this is what the idea has to be. It has to be for the kitchen. I want it to be made out of stainless steel, and I want it to also do something for a watermelon. You're going to end up with some pretty concrete things in a very short amount of time. And this concept of having restrictions isn't just limited to inventing things. Anytime you put a restriction around something, you actually give the person or the team something to focus on, whatever it may be. Make it restrictive as possible if necessary until you get it exactly right. Even if, let's say, you came up with an idea for that watermelon slicing device, and now you show them an existing watermelon slicing device. Say, you see this thing here? I want it 50% lighter, I want it 50% sharper, and I want it to be able to fit inside of a, such and such thing. Each time you add a restriction, you're actually making the product and the idea better. And that's today's idea of the day.
And I don't need any of you people to subscribe to my channel. I don't need anything at all, except maybe this chair. And that's it. I only need the chair. And maybe this paddleball game, and the remote control, and the ashtray, and nothing else. I don't need anything. And this lamp. But I don't need any subscribers.